did it on Zoom.
Welcome back to oh my god, don't even know what to say. Welcome back to MMA Chit Chat. It's your boy Chia, Jackson, MK, and Joey. Long time no see, and this is the perfect card to get right back at it with UFC 321. Tom Aspinall, a name you guys probably haven't heard of in a long time, versus Cyril Gane, or I should say Volkov's son, but the scorecards didn't go that way. We'll be doing a rapid fire on the prelims. Not rapid fire, but not as deep of a breakdown as the main card. Starting off the card, we have Mizuki versus Amorim. By these women fighters, I can't even pronounce her name. I can barely pronounce the man's name. But Mizuki this is her second fight in 5 years. She took a 3-year layoff, had one fight, lost, and then took another 2-year layoff. I have the Brazilian by inside a distance finish.
Yeah, I'm going to Amorim sub system play for me here.
I'm actually putting units on this.
I'm in agree. Oh, you go ahead, Joey. My bad.
I was just gonna say I always go for the Brazilian usually, and I don't really care about this fight, so I might as well lean that way.
Sexist. Did you guys hear that? Sexist.
Okay.
Yes. Well, it's
That's
the
one who
perfect
didn't even know how to
storm,
pronounce
dude.
their name.
Dude, it's the perfect storm. It's female, Southeast Asian, decade-long layoff. It's like
sexist, racist, and ageist. That's 3.
Sorry.
I'm also going Jacqueline Amorim. I think that I don't trust a lot of these Asian fighters, and looks like she has.
He's allowed to say it.
She has some T-Rex arms, and I think Amorim should be able to just dominate her. I don't know how it gets done, but I think she gets it done.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that'll be our quickest breakdown. Next fight on the card is Azat Maxim versus Raposo. To be honest, I also am going pretty heavy on Maxim. He has 2 losses in the UFC. One to Charles Johnson, which is a good loss in my opinion. One to Tagier, which a lot of people are saying it's a robbery, and I thought it was a robbery. I also think Raposo's ass. So
Yeah, I don't think Raposo's ass necessarily. Before he came to the UFC, he was the #1 prospect out of the New England region for a while.
Hell yeah.
New England cartel, baby.
He's
legendary Jim.
Let's go.
This guy is the best prospect out of Zimbabwe. Are you gonna pick him? No one gives a fuck if you help regionalized. He's the best prospect.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, he's had a tough go at the UFC so far. I don't think he's gonna beat Azat Maxim here. Seems like they're setting up someone from the region the fight is being hosted in for a layup. And yeah, that's what this is. I mean, I don't think Mitch Raposo is terrible or anything. I just think Azat is pretty good.
I think both of these guys are kind of in similar situations. Mitch Raposo also coming off 2 split decision losses. I think Azat Maxim has shown more in his losses than Mitch Raposo has. I think Raposo shows that he's very, grappling heavy, and I think that the striking of Azat Maxim and I think the difference between American wrestling and then some of these guys who are fighting from the Eastern European region, they have that striking balance that these American wrestlers don't, and I think that's what's missing from Mitch Raposo's game a little bit. So I'm going to definitely lean Azat Maxim on this one.
Ooh, Azat is a huge favorite.
Yeah.
I'm on the same side as all of you guys. I think Mitch probably gonna have to wrestle, and I don't think he's gonna be able to get Maxim down or hold him down, at least if he does get some kind of fluke takedown. So I think Azat wins however he wants, maybe KO, maybe decision.
Yeah, Mitch is also so low output. He had a split decision against fucking the Tibetan Eagle, and he had 9 significant strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a whatever fight. Now let's get to the blobs, please send me to the blobs.
I'm so hyped for this fucking fight,
please
dude.
send me to the blobs. This is exactly what we need.
To the blobs.
Let's go, my baby boy Chris Barnett.
Let's go.
All right, so I'll start this
UFC
intro off.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so now we move on to heavyweight for the 3rd fight on the prelims. Hamdi Abdelwahab versus Chris Barnett. who got us with the first picks.
You said you're starting us off.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
happened?
Well, okay, that's my bad. Okay, I got Hamdi. I think I think earlier in his career, like he had some issues with he got popped.
Yeah.
And I just think that shows commitment to winning. And
I like that.
whenever it comes to like people like this, like Chris Barnett, Hamdi, like I just look at their records honestly, and I'm like, Hamdi has a much better record, low key, like proportion wise. So I'm going with Hamdi on this one.
Let me tell you one thing. If we're talking about proportion with these two fighters, none of them have good proportions. Second of all, Hamdi, how are you 6'2" with a 72-inch reach? How are you getting outreached by 5'9" Chris Barnett? Hamdi was this guy who got a lot of hype behind him. He's an Olympic wrestler and doesn't wrestle for some reason. I heard a rumor that Chris Barnett's coming to this fight injured, and I'm rolling with that rumor, and I'm taking Hamdi.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I did not know about the injury thing. I was talking to Chia about it a little bit, and that makes me a bit more concerned with the take I had on this fight. But I'm going to still make my pick as if Chris Barnett is fully healthy. In which case, my
This guy's
assumption
never fully healthy, man. Look at
I
him.
was literally Chia. You read my mind, bro. I was
Dude.
literally about to say, bro, is you looking at this dude? Is he ever going to be fully healthy? Like,
Okay,
how
yeah.
does
I'm
this
not
dude
even
get to a
talking about
training
like
camp?
physically. I'm not talking about like his like fucking like joints or anything like
I
that.
don't know how he can get through a training camp without injury. I mean, unbelievable. But continue. I'm assuming you're going Chris Barnett here.
Yeah, I'm going Chris Barnett only by first round finish, just because I don't think he's going to be effective at all. Like against a guy who is, like Chia said, an Olympic wrestler.
And
If it comes to that,
Hamdi's
in the
technically
second and third
undefeated
round.
because he lost to Usman, which just got popped.
Dude,
Was
So
that what it is? Was that the fight?
Was it
Yeah.
for that fight though? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
dude, but Hamdi fucking. I'm sorry.
I mean, if it's
Well,
not for that fight,
yeah.
he's probably he had acne on his back a long time ago.
I'm not going with Chris Barnett. I think Hamdi's going to win. I think Chris Barnett is, definitely when he beat Jake Collier, I think people might have been a little bit more on the Chris Barnett train, but in his recent fights it looks like he can't get past it, like physically can't get past the second round. So I think a guy like Hamdi who's, not had great third rounds, but he's gone into third rounds at least. I think this is going to be the most disgusting, sloppy third round of all time. Chris Barnett's also almost 40 years old now. Like,
Yeah.
this is just going to
But
be
he's a good-looking 40.
disgusting.
This
I honestly think Hamdi might finish him in the second round just by pure exhaustion out of Chris Barnett's part, or he just dies from injury.
Bro,
as he did
what
in
is
the Kennedy
Hamdi
and
gonna
Sexton
do
fight.
in the first
Exhaustion.
round? What is?
But that's the thing. He doesn't have to do anything. Chris Barnett will die. It's just like a matter of time. He just has to avoid a couple of shots, and then Chris Barnett will die by like halfway through the second round. Like,
Wait,
Chris
Hamdi
Barnett's
versus
gonna
Chris
win.
Barnett. Hamdi versus Chris Barnett. Eating contest, 60 minutes. What's the odds?
I think Chris Barnett takes that.
Chris Barnett's minus 250.
He's definitely way more
Hamdi's
built for
younger,
an eating
though, bro.
contest than he is for a fight right now.
Yeah, I think Chris Barnett's minus 400 in that one.
Dude, Hamdi's younger, more like I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take
Hamdi's
Hamdi's spread if it's minus 400, like
Yeah.
4.5 cheeseburgers plus.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking Hamdi's spread.
We've talked enough about this blob fight. Let's move on
Also,
to
let's
Nathaniel
remember
Wood versus Jose Delgado.
Hamdi doesn't look
that's a
like
good
this
fight.
picture anymore, guys. Hamdi's fucking as fat as Chris Barnett.
He is just as fat, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, let's continue.
Yeah, let's move on to this Nathaniel Wood Jose Delgado fight. This is actually a really interesting fight. Both of these guys, like, we're going from like two of the most unathletic human beings in the entire universe to an actual like really high skilled unranked featherweight fight. In this fight, honestly, like, I like Jose Delgado a lot. The way he was able to pressure, I think, is just going to be too much for a guy like Nathaniel Wood. I think Nathaniel Wood is going to have a really good time snapping leg kicks, though. I think that's something that you got to worry about if you're Jose Delgado, because you're so long and you are so heavy on that front foot coming forward all the time. I think Nathaniel Wood could be a dangerous matchup for you, but I think Jose Delgado is like pretty legitness. I don't know if you guys are also on that train.
Yeah, he passes the eye test for me for sure. I'm pretty 50s on this one. Like I saw that Nathaniel Wood was an underdog, and I was like, "Oh, this might be a trap." But
It
Jose
seems
is,
like it.
yeah. Jose is nasty. It's just Nathaniel Wood has a bunch of high quality wins. Jose has less high quality wins, but I do think he's really nasty. He's more of a finisher than Nathaniel Wood is. I think I'm gonna lean Delgado with you, but I think my kind of twist to my pick on this one is going to be Delgado not for the first time ever not to finish and get the decision win against Wood, who's insanely durable, it seems.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a twist as well. I went the Nathaniel Wood spread route. I just think a lot of his wins are a lot more high quality. It's hard for me to be on a fighter 100% when they have limited experience in the UFC, and their experience comes with a very fast knockout. We saw what happened to what was it, the Korean Zombie Junior, where he had like a 7-second knockout. Everyone was high on him, and then he gets clipped in the second round and loses the fight. I think Nathaniel Wood is crafty enough to get it one round, if not win this fight. So I'm leaning a little more towards Nathaniel Wood, just because, like I said, I can't be hype on a fighter that gets a really fast knockout in the UFC and everyone buys this hype. I know he has really crisp Muay Thai, but you might need a little more than that against Nathaniel Wood.
MK?
Honestly, I think so. I think this is like a classic, like, physical attributes, like young guy versus like older, like more experienced guy who's like, has like 5 inches less reach and like 5 inches less height. But so it's like experience versus like physical attributes, maybe in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I believe in Delgado's, explosiveness, his like ability to close distance, and like I think Nathaniel Wood, like just based on even his last fight, I just remember a lot of chaos, and I think the way that he fights, there's going to be some moments of chaos, and I think Delgado might be able to find that finish. So I'm gonna go with Delgado. I think he'll be able to find the finish, KO, but if not, then decision.
Fair.
Yeah. Definitely a veteran versus like a new age featherweight kind of matchup. I mean, 10 years ago, I think Jose Delgado would have been fighting at welterweight, but look at him now. Does
I
anyone
love a
want to
leg
just
kick
say
merchant.
unanimous? Does anyone want to say that Walter Walker is just going to win by unanimous
Yeah. I was going to say
fucking leg
skip that
lock
one.
submission
I
and
think
then
we're all
just
going
move
Walter
on?
Walker.
I
Dude,
think
why
we're
are they
just
gonna
all
do?
going for the crazy submissions of Walter
Yeah,
Walker.
it's gonna be a first round sub probably. But why are they
Yeah.
doing a 1.5 round line in this fight if they're
I
gonna
think
put
that's
it
wrong. I think that's wrong.
at? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can skip that.
Okay,
I want to
cool.
skip this fight too. I don't give a fuck about this fight, to be honest.
I
This was
actually
a
really
close
like
fight.
Mateus Camilo. He's actually a really decent prospect. I
I,
think the
I,
Gabe Green fight was a little bit of a tough matchup for him because Gabe Green's a little bit of a veteran in the UFC. I think Mateus Camilo, I think you could see him being a little bit more dangerous than. I think it's a bad matchup going up against Gabe Green, coming down a division, being way more athletic now, and having the UFC experience. That was just like, I feel like a match made in hell for Mateus Camilo. So I think he gets the win
Dude,
here.
Camilo was winning that fight. He just made a stupid decision when he was like he got the takedown, he was on top in that fight, and then he just transitioned trying to find the submission, and then he
Mhm.
got subbed instead.
Right. Yeah,
I
it's a
said Gabe Green
match
was
made
going
in
to win
hell
that
for him.
fight. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
remember, but I was the only one on Gabe Green train,
I do remember that.
and look what happened. I
True.
can't trust these
MK,
shit
you have an opinion?
fighters.
I'm going with Abdul Karim. Actually, I thought that. I mean, I was impressed with him on his fight with Loic Radzhabov. Also, whenever he fought back on the Contender Series, I thought that he impressed me because I was on George Hardwick and he beat George Hardwick. And so I always see him as like a very like underrated guy. Usually, like by odds, he's always underrated. And I think I don't really know much about Camilo, so I guess that's like another like flaw in my argument. But I believe in Abdul Karim Al Sawadi. I think he's a tough guy, and I think he should be able to scrap his way to a W.
I'm gonna lean with you on this one, MK. I just think Sawadi is more composed striker of the two, and I think that'll matter here. Like if it goes to the ground, he might have some trouble. He doesn't have the best takedown defense or anything, but he's pretty slippery. He's good at creating scrambles. Like if he is taken down, he's pretty hard to keep down. And I think striking wise, yeah, just a more composed striker. Like he's a way more accurate, and I think if it gets later in the fight, it's probably going to lean heavily towards Al Sawadi just because Camilo tends to throw everything at you, get a little bit frantic once he starts, once he gets in trouble. And
I agree with that.
Yeah, I also just think like the added like homer decision potential factor is enough to push me towards the Al Sawadi side.
Hey, maybe my Brazil bias is showing, but I am going.
I think I'm
I'll
going
go against the
Camilo
grain.
too. But if you're on
okay,
the, I'm not touching this fight to be frank with you guys. But if you are on the Abdul Karim Al Sawadi train, bet after the first round. Go Al Sawadi after the first round because I don't see a world where Abdul wins the first round, but his cardio will keep him into the whole fight. I have over 1.5 rounds to be honest, like minus 180.
I like that.
What the hell is happening? Like you just got gunshots going off in someone's background.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is a really good fight too. Ludwig Klein versus
Fight
Mateusz
of the night.
Rebecki. Definitely could be fight of the night. Honestly, this fight makes me want to lean Rebecki just because of the way Ludwig Klein fought in his last fight. Rebecki just looks like the more war-ready guy right now.
Bro, Rebecki is 2 weeks removed from getting his face reconstructed by Chris Duncan.
But do you think Ludwig Klein is going to like be a kind of like damage? Like he's gonna put the damage on Rebecki in this fight because that's not the way I see Ludwig Klein coming at Rebecki. I see him trying to pin him up against the fence, doing a lot of clinch work. I really see Rebecki just like being the stronger opponent in this fight, being the better striker in this fight. I think if Ludwig Klein is able to get the takedowns, I think I'll have success. But I think Mateusz Rebecki is, I think, the stronger and like more war ready opponent or like fighter right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could be more war ready, but not win the war. I think, Rebecki will put the pressure on Ludwig Klein, but we see what happened when these fighters take a lot of fights on short notice. Look at RDR from last week, where this is his 5th fight in 10 months, and the damage accumulates on you. And after the war that Rebecki had with Chris Duncan, I don't think it's going to go good for him. I think Klein is the better striker, technically. I'm a Rebecki fan, but I'm going Ludwig Klein. And maybe I'm against Rebecki because he lost me against Chris Duncan. But I think Ludwig Klein's a good prospect, and I think I'll win this fight as well.
I'm with you, Chia, and I'm also with you, Joey, in that like I think Rebecki is the more complete, better fighter, or maybe not more complete, but the better overall fighter of the two. And I also agree with you, Joey, in that Klein isn't like normally that guy who's really like putting the damage on somebody or like crazy knockout power or anything. I just think it's a perfect situation for him to do so with like Rebecki being right on the tail end of that crazy war with Chris Duncan. Like Klein isn't really known for damage. He more like wears you down, pieces you apart with his striking. But it's like with how much Rebecki wears damage, like I don't think Klein needs to do a ton to like, convincingly outstrike here. Rebecki could 100%. I'm not super confident in this fight. Rebecki could wrestle his way to a decision and just win it, but I'm going to slightly incline just for that reason.
Okay. For me, I'm also on the same side as Jackson and Chia. I think Rebecki or Rumbetsky, that the damage that he took, like this is only in August, which is hold on, August is the 8th month. Yeah, it's like what, like two months removed, 3 months removed.
Yeah.
So, and then also Ludwig Klein. I think there's a little bit of a difference in volume that I'm expecting from these guys. Where I think Chris Duncan will have a little bit more output, and then Rebecki will be like catching up from behind, trying to throw big shots to end the fight. and probably falling short at the very end because like Ludovic Klein has just teed off on him. And so that's why I'm going Ludovic Klein. I think that's how it plays out. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I don't hold after watching the Matuz Gamrot fight and seeing how that's aged. I think that I'm a little bit out on Ludwig Klein as a possible contender in the lightweight division, but I can see where you guys are coming from for sure. The
Okay.
middleweight division is having some unranked prospects also going to war here. Ikram Aliskerov, Park Jun Young. This is a weird fight, kind of as well. I think that it's hard to match Ikram Aliskerov with opponents right now because of obviously his only ranked fight with Robert Whitaker. He got knocked out in the first round, but then it's seemingly all of these middleweight unranked contenders are just ass and like guys that Ikram Aliskerov can easily outclass. I feel like it's going to be kind of like that right now with Park Jun Young. Um, I actually don't mind Park Jung Young. This is probably one of Ikram Aliskerov's better opponents. I think Park Jung Young is better than Andre Muniz. I guess on paper, I don't even know. Andre Muniz could be better than Park. Who won that fight? I know Andre Muniz dropped a bunch of takedowns on him.
Andre Muniz
Um,
beat Park. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Like I said, I just think that there's just too many unranked contenders right now in the middleweight division that are just like not that great, and Ikram Aliskerov is like slightly capable. Like I think Ikram Aliskerov could give
Yeah.
like Marvin Vittori a bad time. You know what I mean? But I don't know. What do
Yeah,
you guys
I'm
think?
going Nick Rama as well. I think Jung Young Park is a good test for him. I think this is gonna be his best win on his resume, but I'm going Nick Rama.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. I'm on the Ikram side. I would just caution people in just like throwing Ikram. Let me see what this is. In throwing Ikram money line on everything you touch because
Yeah,
Junyoung Park is genuinely one of the best points winners in this division, and it's like I do think Ikram outclasses him on the feet, but if it could very very quickly just turn into a Junyoung cage control like if he
yeah.
gets on top for a bit, he's so good at winning points that it could be boring.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm a
Especially in
big
the
fan.
third
I'll probably
round
be
too.
betting on Ikram KO. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I was gonna say like especially in the later rounds, like we don't really see Ikram Aliskerov have to get that far. So it's like if Park Jun Young takes him into deep waters, it could get a little interesting.
Totally. And I think it doesn't show takedown defense on here, but Ikram has really good takedown defense, so like it should hold up and it should be on the feet. But
Okay, Ikram, you're going
I
against
also
your
think,
brother.
yeah, I'm also going against my brother here. I'm going Ikram with you guys. But
I love how
I do
MK
agree
waits
with
for his
Jackson.
name to
There's
be
a
called
lot
every
of upset
time.
potential. I want to make sure you guys are done. I don't want to interrupt
I can
on
just like
any
appreciate
stay in the
closing
feedback.
thoughts.
background. So he's always like MK, and he's just like, well, now that you said something.
That's
Nazareth
my bad. That's my
Hackbrass,
bad.
Quillen still killed. Another good fight. This is the end of the prelims here.
Okay.
I think this is kind of a case of like, is Quillen Sal Quild actually good, or is he keep getting like, opponents that he's just barely beating, like Yamal Ashmouz. I thought that was a really really close fight. Nazareth Hackbrass kind of the same thing.
Well, it
He's
was
got had a lot of close
30-27.
fights. Was it? I thought
It was
Ashmouz won around.
30-27. Yeah,
Maybe I forgot.
dude,
Relax. All right.
fucking
Jeez. All right. I
Sal
thought that
Kid
was a close fight.
had
He had a
like
close fight
25
before that though
takedowns that
too.
fight.
He definitely had a close
No, he
fight
knocked
before
out
that too.
Jubo.
Against Gage Young on Contender Series, you talking about,
Maybe that
or
I don't know what
yeah, I
I'm
think that
thinking
was a
of.
pretty close fight. I remember.
Whatever I'm thinking of, I think
Yeah, I think
Nasser
that was the
Hackbrass
fight
has
you're
been
thinking
at
of.
this unranked decent level for a while. He's had to fight the guys like Drew Dober. He's had to fight guys like Bobby Green. He's had to fight all of these guys that are really tough, and he's only 30 years old. I think it's around his time to start making the top 15 and getting a top 15 fight. He kind of deserves it. So I think he's gonna beat a 25-year-old Salkild. Now, give me, him after a couple more lightweight contender, unranked contender fighters. Then maybe Salkild will be able to beat him. I just think right now Nazareth Hackbrass is like a really pretty complete all-around fighter. Like this is definitely these most recent Nazareth Hackbrass fights are definitely like the best Nazareth Hackbrass we've seen. I would say.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree there. When it was kind of like the Jose Delgado thing, where when I see a fighter knock someone out in 10 seconds, he's really that good. He did that to Jubal, and then he fought Yanal, and I was on the Yanal train. It was I knew it was plus 500 odds, but I thought Yanal would give him a tough time, and Salkill did his thing. He had Marab cardio that fight, went for 23 takedowns, landed 8 of them, was doing good on the feet, and I told myself, wow, I'm never going to bet against this guy again. He's legit. And now I'm seeing Nasrat against him. I'm like, is this too high of a step up in competition too soon in his career? We just saw Nasrat beat Rubovic, and I think Rubovic would be minus 250 against Salkill. So I'm going Nasrat. I'm going against my gut and saying I'm never betting against Salkill again, but I'm going to the Nasrat train.
The Nasrat hack press
I don't know. I'm a
fight
lot
cards
less
were
confident.
30, 27, 29,
Whoa.
28, 29, 28. So he did win a round. Yamal Ashmouz did in 2 fight cards. So I wasn't bugging.
Nice.
I had the spread and I didn't win it, so that's probably why I didn't.
But yeah, I'm not as big on Quill. Quillen's fine, actually. I don't want to hate on Quillen for no reason, but I am on the Nasrat side. I do think the line is tasty too. The money line for Nasrat, this line is wrong, bro. I'd be fine with that up to minus 160, but I just think Quillen isn't going to be able to wrestle Nasrat the same way he was able to with Yanal. And he tends to need to lean on that when he's losing in the striking, and almost pretty much instantly whenever Quillen starts, feeling the striking exchanges, he kind of shells up and goes into wrestling mode. And I don't think that's going to be as much of an option here, especially with how high output Nasrat is. You can see he lands 6.4 significant strikes a minute. He just doesn't let up, and I think that's going to be a lot for Quillen. Joey was also touching on just the experience gap between the two. We've got Nasrat, somewhat Homer sort of vibes here. I don't know. I think everything's pointing towards the Nasrat side. He can also grapple proficiently too if it goes there. So I already have a bet in on Nasrat. I expect this line to move.
Yes.
Yeah, I think also
same here. I think
Nasrat
has a pretty. I think Nasrat has a pretty easy path to victory. I don't think Quillen's proven at all. Just his win over a healthy Jared Gordon, Ribovic, it says a lot to me, and I think that he has the tools ready to, win this pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I was gonna say just with I remember in that Yamal Ashmouz fight, he was shooting a lot of takedowns because Yamal Ashmouz was actually giving him a lot of throwing a lot of big power shots at him. I think especially in the later rounds. So I think a guy like Nasrat Haqparast has that power that you don't want to get hit a lot around him. So you could definitely see maybe a Nasrat Haqparast finish here.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking Nasrat decision, and I feel like KO sounds nicer and nicer as the days go by. But
yeah,
cool,
I'm
let's
doing money
You
line.
want to move on to the main card?
Now we're
Yeah,
gonna do Rakic versus.
These are some crazy fights.
Main card.
Yeah, Alexander
Rakic
Rakic
versus a taxi cab driver.
Taxi driver.
Yeah,
yeah
dude, this guy is.
You're gonna be knowing him as UFC champion in a couple of years. You're gonna see him. You're gonna know him as UFC champion soon.
I'm so happy Joey's mic is lagging, so I can't hear him interrupt this. Dude, this guy is fucking ass cheeks. I don't give a fuck if he's KOing people. Who is he KOing? Ribeiro? 4 of us could take on Ribeiro.
Alonzo Menefield.
I'm not gonna say one of us could take on Ribeiro. Alonzo Menefield, he almost lost to a guy making his debut. Yes, sucks. Sucks.
Nah.
Rakic is a goat. Rakic is a goat. He lost to former champ. He lost to Yuri, another former champ, and Yuri. Rakic won 2 rounds against Yuri. Rakic won 2 rounds. Won the first 2 rounds against Yuri. He was coming back from an injury. Gets an unlucky matchup versus Ankalaev, which was a champion. This is Rakic's bounce back. Rakic is 33. He's not old by any means. He's 3 years younger than the taxi cab driver. He's a 7-inch reach advantage against this guy. This is going to be I think the leg kicks would be too much for the fat guy. I'm going Rakic all the way. This is one of my confident plays, even though he's an underdog. I love Rakic. Give me some Rakic.
Bro, you're sipping Mirzakhanov haterade, bro.
Yeah, it's not even.
Um,
Mirzakhanov sucks. He sucks. You guys can't watch and say he doesn't fucking. Yeah, he throws pretty good combos, but against who? Against who? Against
Okay.
Tifu and Chukwi?
against Tifu and Chukwi, against Devin Clark. If I told you guys Devin Clark is hopping on the podcast, you think it's a fucking guy I pulled off from our fan base. Like,
That's messed up, yo.
who is he beating?
Dude, shout out Devin Clark, bro. The strays are crazy, but
I
agree with you, Chia.
I think that the reason that Azamat Murzakanov is getting the hate from Chia right now is because he takes a lot of time off in between fights, which is totally something that is going to have to change with his career if he wants to be more consistent in the UFC. But at the time, Devin Clark was fighting ranked opponents. At the time, Alonzo Menafield was ranked. That's how that was how he got his ranking. Bredson Ribeiro doesn't age as
Yeah.
well, but he was supposed to be fighting, Khalil Roundtree. This guy is supposed to be a very talented fighter. His striking is very, very good. I think that it's going to be hard for Rakic to land a lot of leg kicks. If Osma Mirzakhanov his game plan is going to be in your chest, in your chin, or like in his range, it's going to be hard for you to land those leg kicks because Rakic is just so much longer. I think that's why people are having such a hard time with Mirzakhanov, because he's so short and stocky and just lands bombs. It's kind of like a Mike Tyson approach where you're just like shorter and stockier, but you're just way more powerful than your opponents.
Azamat to Mike Tyson.
It's kind of true. Like,
listen,
I mean,
I don't even want to bring up. I don't want to bring up Devin Clark again, but Devin Clark just lost to a 6-6 fighter in LFA.
Well,
I don't want to hear
we're
him
talking
fighting
now.
ranked
Like
opponents
when
back in the day.
he fought Devin Clark, it was like 4 years ago. Like you're bringing up fights from like 4 years ago. So it's like at the time 4 years ago, Devin Clark was fighting ranked opponents. Like it's not crazy. Like that he would have to face him coming up in the unranked division. You know what I mean? Like folding a guy like Alonzo Menafield is definitely a lot harder of a thing to have to overcome.
Yeah. So you're on the Mirzakhanov side, Joey?
Yes, I think Osman Mirzakhanov is going to knock him out. Yes.
Crazy take.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chia. I just think, the leg kicks might not work out, but Rakic does a really good job of working all three levels. Like, he has the body kicks, leg kicks, head kicks, and it's the perfect reach advantage here. He has a 7-inch reach advantage, which is exactly how Rakic likes to fight. He's been losing lately, but the super high level competition. And I'm not in like as Rakic heavy as Chia is. Like, I think Mirzakhanov has a path to victory here. I just think it's kind of the perfect matchup for Rakic to just pick him apart from the outside, which is what he likes to do more often than not. Just kind of dance around at range, collect points. And I think he's more technical. Like, as long as he can avoid the flurries from Mirzakhanov, he should be fine. And point his way to a win.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I was originally thinking Azamat, but like looking at the bodily dimensions of these guys, I do think that Rakic has a favorable matchup for how he would prefer to fight.
Bodily dimensions.
It does seem like
bodily fluid.
Yeah. Wait, MK, are you about to bring up the fact that Dustin Jacoby landed a takedown against Azamat?
I didn't even know that happened. No,
I don't really think takedowns are really going to be that much of a factor. If anything, I think Osmat's going to be the one that's going to be wanting to push the takedowns. I think, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm just
doing
a random stat. A random stat. So you're on the Rakic train, MK?
Yeah, I'm on the Rakic train. I think Rakic gets this.
Okay.
I don't think it's that crazy.
So
I think this is a really big step up for Mirzakhanov.
For me, at least. You guys can keep going on.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think those are crazy
Volkov
picks.
versus Almeida.
Oh my god. I already have a fucking 7-unit play on Almeida when he was fucking minus 150.
That's crazy, dude.
Almeida's another fighter I will never bet against. I don't know. I love fucking athletic people that take down, and he got an unlucky loss against Curtis Blades. He was dominating the first round, 10-8 round. Bad takedown, just gets obliterated with elbows to the head. The only problem with Volkov is Volkov's takedown defense is nothing to scoff at. Volkov has great takedown defense, but I just don't think he has had to fight a fighter with as good of takedowns as Almeida. The only thing that does scare me is Almeida does shoot from farther away. He does like a single knee into a shot, and someone of Volkov's height and stature could make it hard for Almeida, but I'm just expecting Almeida to pick up and drop, and then Volkov can't get up.
I actually don't think
I
that
agree with you,
Volkov
Chia.
has that
I
great takedown
am on the
defense.
Almeida side.
You don't? Well,
No, I don't.
what's his name?
I thought
I feel like that's like his biggest hole.
Yeah, didn't
I
he
feel
get
like
taken down and pretty much stomped on by Tom Aspinall? And that's kind of the level that these guys are at right now. Like, if we're not comparing Jonathan Almeida's wrestling to Tom Aspinall's wrestling
but
at this point, we're giving
I
him
wouldn't say.
we're doing him a
like
really bad disservice if we're not. If we're not
Romanov.
comparing him to Curtis Blades, if we're not comparing him to, like we saw Volkov, like I think Curtis Blades set the record for takedowns against Volkov in their fight when they fought the first time. I just think that Almeida is a really tough opponent.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. I think Almeida is a really tough opponent. I think, he's
the
Brazilian prospect here. I think he's going to get the win.
Tybura went 0-16 against him on takedowns.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm happier if we're more on the Almeida train. You guys make my pick more confident.
Yeah, no, I'm on the
Almeida should just be able to spam wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
I also think. I mean, this one's hard. I haven't really made a decision. I think honestly, Almeida should be able to win. I think he's prepared for the wrestling threat. But I can also see Volkov defending it, and then but that's just we've only seen that once before with Almeida. I feel like so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I gotta go with Almeida here.
Wow, this would be so nice if true. Under 2.5 plus 425.
I do feel bad for Volkov though, beating Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane gets a title shot, and he has to fucking fate Jonathan Almeida.
Yeah, he got robbed. He got fucking robbed. Cyril Gane is. We'll get into it, but he's a fraud.
Umar versus Mario Batista with a minus 700 odds for Umar. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, that's so stupid, dude.
Wait, give me 1 second. My roommate's knocking on my doors. I'll be right back.
I will. I'm going the Umar train, anyways.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Umar and round 2 to start, and you get like minus 200 for it.
Dude, if these are the actual odds of this fight, though, I am probably gonna end up betting on Mario Batista. Dude, Umar wins. He looked good in the Merab fight, but pretty much universally, when Umar wins, he wins by small margins. This is gonna be a close fight. He's a small margins fighter. So is Batista, but Batista can make things happen. Umar should point his way to a win. I think it's pretty much that simple. He's just like a classic doggy chain wrestling guy. But if these are the actual odds of this fight,
you can get Mario Batista 5.5 spread for plus money.
Jesus, Mario Batista's scary, isn't he? I said Mario Batista's very scary. I mean,
what do you say, Joey?
Can you guys not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Hello, Joey. Yeah, I'm taking Umar and round 1 to start for minus 250 odds as a parlay piece.
This one's hard.
The odds don't say it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, but Mario Batista's 16-2.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. What are these odds?
He's not bad. No, Mario Batista's a good fighter, but I feel like the Patchy Mix one didn't age well at all.
Yeah, no. True.
Patchy Mix is a certified bum.
Yeah.
I
guess I'll have to go Umar. He had that broken hand, but it's you see fighters with the broken hand not come back and not fully really come back ever to their best. So
yeah,
but I'll go with Umar. I think he's good enough, and he's got a good team behind him too. So
Oh, we lost Joey.
rip.
Okay, Verna versus Derna.
Dern.
Let's go. I mean, I'm on La Carcara, dude. I'm going Verna all the way, bro. I mean, Dern is just unmotivated. I mean, she's pretty good. She beat Verna at one point in these two's careers, but there's been no striking development. There's really been no wrestling development, and I trust Verna more to, fend off a submission off of Dern's back for the entire fight than I trust Dern to make something happen in the wrestling department or striking. Like, I think I'll concede that Dern is probably a bit better of a striker than Verna. They're both bad, so I don't think that's going to really be a factor. I think this entire fight is going to be close quarters, like them two on the ground. So I'm going to go Verna decision. Plus 30. Let's see. Decision. I mean, come on. It doesn't get better than that.
Listen, as a man, we all have a primal instinct to conquer, to get what we can't have. And as a man, personally, I could never bet on someone so unattractive.
Dude.
So as a man, I don't know what Jackson said, but as a man with primal instincts, ready to, I wasn't a gatherer back in the day. I was a hunter.
Right.
Okay.
As a
What
man,
did I just
I would
come
be
into?
hunting Mackenzie
You came
Dern
into the Mackenzie Dern fight, bro.
to win the fight. Oh, Joey, you went Umar though, right? You're gonna go Umar.
Yeah, 100%.
Guessing.
Obviously, Umar's going to
Okay.
win. Do you want me to just jump right into
And-
here, Verna? I'm going with Verna
So we're 1-1
Jandaroba
right
here. I
Let's
think
go, Joey.
Verna Jandaroba is, it always makes me laugh whenever she fights, thinking about when Dylan Dana said, "I'll fight that boy too," and put him in the Ariel Helwani studio. Verna's
Wait, Joey, I have a question.
Yes.
When we were all cavemen, what were you gathering? Berries, nuts, herbs?
Well, is this supposed to be a roast on me saying that you're voting for Mackenzie Dern because she's hot? Is that what we're trying to say?
No, I'm voting for Mackenzie Dern because
Primal
the other
instincts.
woman is so unattractive.
Yeah, he's saying that you and I would have been gatherers back in the day because we're picking.
And I know MK's a hunter. MK's a hunter.
I think that the Mackenzie Dern's striking is just a real liability in this fight. I think Verna Jandaroba has the opportunity to mix it up. I think if this fight was to take place strictly on the ground, maybe Mackenzie Dern might have a little bit of an advantage, but this fight it's mixed martial arts. I think Verna Jandaroba is actually a really talented. She might actually be honestly good enough to beat somebody like Wei Lee. I mean, she's really talented.
I think that's bananas.
Dude,
she's terrible. I don't think she's good at she's not good at striking, really. Like, Dern also sucks at striking, but I think Verna is maybe I'm wrong, but I thought she was a little bit more one-dimensional. But I thought
Verna. I think that she has a bit of a striking component to her. I feel like I've seen fights where she's put up over 100 strikes.
I know MK wants to pick Verna, but I think my speech has switched him to Mackenzie Dern.
No, man. I have to go with Verna here. I just
the fucking fucking Ed and Eddie were gathering fucking berries in the woods.
The gathering.
Dude. I don't know, like Mackenzie Dern, like she does seem pretty, like, I don't know, like she seems a little bit like 1 foot out the door. Like, just in terms of like social media presence, I feel like she's just a little bit less focused on the fighting aspect.
Who's the Argentinian guy that we said the same thing about and he won his next fight?
It was the announcer for Spanish UFC.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he fucking popping off.
That's fair, but like these I don't know, the USA ones are just a little different, you know what I mean?
Well, it says here that she's Brazilian.
Okay, you're right. I forgot Mackenzie's Brazilian.
Weird.
Okay,
yeah.
I feel
you.
Okay,
Get the main event?
We'll see on fight day. Yeah, I'm not touching this fight, by the way, guys. But
I'm not touching it either.
I'm betting Verna, dude.
For the main event, do you guys want to talk about?
Let me give my main event. Let me give my main event pick right fast because I have to dip. So let me.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do it. Like, do you guys want to do our thing though? Like where we're saying we're gonna pick this.
Oh, can I see the odds?
Yeah.
What?
Give me Tom Aspinall by submission.
What round?
Which round?
Oh, fuck. Give me Tom Aspinall, second round KO. I switched my mind.
Give me Tom
Oh, okay.
Aspinall, first round submission. Oh, Joey. You're up.
I can't tell if I'm like talking over anyone or not. But
Now you are.
I'm
Go, go,
also
go.
going
No,
Tom
go ahead.
Aspinall first round submission. I think that he's going to get the first round sub.
I'm gonna get a little freaky on you guys, and I'm gonna go Tom Aspinall second round submission. I think first round is a little bit of a feeler round. I think Cyril plays it safe. Yeah. Second round, I think Tom Aspinall gets that finish.
I thought you were gonna go like Cyril Gane submission, something like really freaky.
Dude,
I just don't think that Cyril Gane is going to stand up. Like, I think that Tom Aspinall will get a takedown by the end of the first